All right, and why don't we go with an all signs reading? Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's straight up energy reading. This is the new moon solar eclipse, annular solar eclipse in Aquarius. This is a huge energy. I'm doing it, it's on the 17th. I'm doing the reading a little early, a little before it, because I need everybody to understand what this energy is. It ties to a lot of the things I've been talking about. Like I said, the mustard rhino energy, the year that we're in now, I gave it the title, The Mustard Rhino, in my blog. I said that energy lasts about a year and a half. It stretches into 2027. This particular eclipse sets the stage for the whole Aquarius, Leo, axis, eclipse cycle and all of that. It also kicks off the Chinese New Year with the fire horse, which I wrote about as well. I mean, it's unreal. What does it do for us? Let me cut to the chase. You can all read about it and know all of that stuff. I think energetically, we're bringing back individuality. We're bringing back people matter. We're bringing back empathy. We've lost a lot of that. We've all become, the world seems to have become a bunch of goose steppers. A bunch of you get in line, you do this and you do that, right? I mean, it's a bit of that. It reminds me a lot. What's happening out there reminds me a lot of the Cybermen on Doctor Who. If you watch Doctor Who, it's a bit of Cybermen. You know, that particular bad guy character, if you will. That's going away. Individuality is coming back, which might bring back some innovation. So individuality is coming back. Also, a balance of power might change. The way we structure power might change as well. What does it mean for you in the soulmate cycle? I mean, that's the big picture, you know. What does it mean for you in the soulmate cycle? I'll tell you what it means. Somebody's been lying to you, okay? I mean, a little bit. It applies out in the world. It applies here. The soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of societal energies, plain and simple. A lot of these themes come up in the Leo soap opera a lot, which is why I say more people should be watching the Leo soap opera than do. It really is a defining connection in this soulmate cycle. But, okay, let's do the pre-shuffle. I shuffled. I said, what do you want to tell my people about this new moon solar eclipse launching an 18-month cycle? Fucking unreal, right? I said the mustard rhino, it's the same kind of thing. The mustard's coming off the hot dog. Mustard's been used for thousands of years to mask gross, horrible, low-quality crap, right? It's palatable, you know. And the mustard's coming off. And here we go. You see that wall? There's not much left of it, and there's the bullshit crossing it. I mean, it's amazing. But you see the fox here with the one eye? I'll try to focus it in. It's bullshit you always knew. Usually it's something we always kind of knew it was bullshit. There's a lot of things there's a little too much going on in the soulmate cycle and out in the world of letting things slide, whitewashing things that are actually pretty big deal, actually pretty major, actually pretty huge red flags. In the soulmate cycle, it's been this, I don't know, it's needing the wrong thing, you know, thinking that we need this, this, and this, and really we probably need a little less. It's going to be different for all of you what that is. But you figure out what it is you actually need, okay? It's going to be helpful. Anyway, this energy, the next 18 months are going to be helpful in you figuring out whatever the fuck it is you actually need. But anyway, kind of knew it all along. The wall's coming down, nines of the end in tarot, on bullshit. On what? On bullshit, the Seven of Swords. Bullshit that, by the way, has been jamming us up. It's been jamming us up big time. You're not making any progress in a relationship with somebody because they're lying to themselves, they're lying to you, they're lying to somebody in their life. Lies are tough. You got to cover them up. You got to you got to hire security to take care of, and maintenance to take care of the wall and all of that. That uses up a lot of energy. It takes way more energy to lie than it does just to tell the truth. The truth isn't variable. It stays the same. The lie has to adapt to people figuring this out or figuring that out. It has to adapt. There's no adapting here. You know, it jams you up. The lies jam you up. The truth rolls in. And anyway, here it comes. Some sort of piece of information makes its way to you from somebody. Somebody says something to you. A soulmate, somebody attached to you, a soulmate, says something. And a light bulb goes off, I suspect, because I got justice here. Okay? We're getting justice on everything I've been talking about. And underneath it, I call it shame sometimes, but it's disappointment a little bit. You might be disappointed in yourself that you knew it all along with that little fox there, but you let it slide? We might be. A little bit. Okay? It applies out in the world. It applies here. Okay? But it's how we learn. It's how we grow. Speaking for relationships, Steve loved tarot. Speaking for relationships, it's how we grow. It's how we learn. You got to date. For example, when you're young, you got to date a bunch of assholes so you can tell the difference between the assholes and the good ones. The worst thing, I think the worst thing any teenager can do is date someone really great first. It's almost better just to date the prick in the beginning, so that you can find somebody later, because the good ones are hard to find, and you've got to have some juxtaposition to be able to tell which ones are the good, because the angel isn't always what you think. The devil gets dressed up real nice and says everything you want to hear and all of that. The angel doesn't always do that. So you need to be able to read people on a deeper level than just what they're wearing, that kind of a thing. All right. Anyway, whatever. This is what's happening. This is the surface energy. We're going to pull a motherfucking reading on it. We got justice on the back end. All right? Take your lessons, lick your wounds, because we're moving into a period. It's quite nice. I mean, we're talking about a solar eclipse. I do have the sun there. The sun comes out after it. I tell you what. All right, let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. First card out's before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? I haven't decided if I'm doing a regular read or a pyramid yet. It's a pretty big thing, but I think it might be better suited to a pyramid. So maybe. I don't know. I'll let the energy tell me. Okay? I haven't decided as of this moment. All right, here we go. Of course, you already know. I'm telling you something you can easily get the answer to. All right, here we go. All right. That's why we're here. Card before the cut. Knight of Cups. I don't know. The next, should I say it? Okay, the next 18 months. I'm not going to say the next 2 weeks when the energy is the strongest, because that would be ridiculous. But maybe, for some of you, the next 18 months, it's where you come together. Live or die, it's where you come together. I mean, live or die, meaning whether or not you stay together or you break up. Either way, there's a come to Jesus with somebody in this connection that's coming. You realize something, whatever it is. There's an approach here coming your way. In that approach, I think that Knight of Swords from the pre-shuffle is very subtle. In that approach, right? You need to, if you've suspected something about somebody, if you suspect that they love you, you need to, for example, but they're not really saying it. You suspect that they don't mean that you can't be together. Whatever the lie is that you suspect that they're telling you, you need to focus on that suspicion. Okay, because they're probably, again, nobody's going to come out with the truth. The truth is going to be revealed. All right, it's that kind of a thing through a message. The problem with that, the problem I have with the Knight of Swords often, I don't have so much of a problem when it comes to relationships, but out in the world, I have a problem with it because everybody perceives things differently. You think about the Bible, you see how differently it's perceived. Each passage is perceived by different people. I mean, some of them run batshit crazy with it and run TV shows and tell you need to send your last dollar, for God's sake. I mean, and some of them get it right. After the cut, I think Bono said it. The God I believe in isn't short of cash, mister. Right? There you go. It's a bit of that. There's a difference between helping people and buying yourself a jet. All right? There's a big difference there. The Nine of Wands. Again, part of or all of, doesn't really matter. The pre-shuffle comes back. All right? Again, pay attention. It's what I said. It's backing up every word I just said. Pay attention to what that Knight of Cups has to say when they approach. And pay attention to the things. Look for little clues and little things that I knew they would say that. You want to be able to say, I knew they would say that. I knew that would happen. I talk in my February write-up about using history to see where we're at and where we're going, and I use the phrase eye-rollingly predictable, right? A lot of what's happening is eye-rolling, is all repeating. It's all just sort of a skipping record, So just pay attention. That's all I can tell you. All right. But you do have a Knight of Cups coming your way. Let's shuffle the deck. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, well, you found Steve's Love Tarot. You're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. It's a long period of time. It's strongest in the first 2 weeks, but you know, you're all moving at different speeds on your time. I would say a lot of this is near future influence for pretty much everybody. Okay, I don't think it's going to just today on the day of the reading all happen. It's certainly not, because I'm a little in advance of it. Like I said, the actual eclipse on the 17th. Well, at my house anyway. It might be a different date at your house depending on where you live on the planet. But all right. Bottom of the deck. Overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table. You might think it's a small card. I don't. It's tied to a Queen of Pentacles in this deck. This is that little fawn that's leaning up against the Queen of Pentacles. All right. This is actually your energy, I think. I mean, I could say somebody's nervous to come talk to you. I don't necessarily think they are. I think anybody in this energy that liars in this energy are gonna do the same shit. They're low vibration in the first place to be doing that. They're gonna do the same shit and think it's gonna work. And then they're going to be surprised when it doesn't. All right? Because there's a lot. You got to take into account that early, 3 days after this eclipse, is the world point. It's a massive awakening. And anybody even close to the line, just slightly high enough vibration, is going to get kicked over the line. So, it's a big deal. All right? I'm proud to see individuality coming back. That's the part of it I'm hoping for. I mean, my God, everybody copying, everybody doing this. I mean, where are the innovators? We're not going to get ahead in the world if we don't innovate. We're not going to get ahead in relationships if you don't innovate. You got to get creative. If you're in a relationship, it might mean that somebody gets a little more creative. You do better trips or things, or they plan things. It'll be a nice awakening for the relationship. But I think you learned something here. Underneath that is the Seven of Pentacles. There's something you need to see. And I think you're going to see it. Make sure you believe it when you see it. Okay? All right, let's go. I'm gonna pull Pyramid. How somebody feels about you is here. I got one strong Knight of Cups here. I'm gonna pull the shit out of that motherfucker. Okay? How somebody feels about you is here in the top row. The middle row is what they think about you. I might also get some energy of what other people around you are thinking about you too. It wouldn't surprise me. This is pretty powerful energy. And at the bottom of the pyramid, upside down pyramid, is the potential final outcome for you. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. Okay? People can free will their way. People do it all the time. I think we've free willed our way into a mess right now. You know, I mean, people free willing all over the place. I need to put some pants on, you know, at the end of the day here. But I can't predict free will. But so it's a potential final outcome for you. But it's usually tied to the center card of the feelings that somebody has. So keep that in mind. We're going to clarify with the Witches, which randomly at the bottom has a Hierophant. This is all a very big deal. These are big. We got a big 18-month cycle starting with this eclipse. We got the world point, which starts a 36-year cycle. No. The last one saw the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War. You know, unfortunately, usually with the start of a new cycle, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, I don't know. Maybe they're putting the wall back up in a new Cold War. I don't, you know, it's possible. Certainly leaning that way. You know, it's the way it looks. But who knows? We'll see. We got some powerful energies working in our favor. The universe is giving us a chance. Here, use your free will. What do you want? You know. In relationships, there can be a wall. You want a wall or you don't want a wall? You want to be inclusive or you don't want to be inclusive? What do you want? Yes, it's your chance. How does somebody feel? Hey, I would be remiss if I didn't say that. Right? We're running out of chances, though. I'll tell you. Some stuff can't be reversed once it gets set in motion. Empress, there's empathy at the top of the fucking reading. Top of the fucking reading. The savior of everything right now. Empathy. Remembering that everybody matters, right? Well, here we go. In a relationship, both parties matter. Somebody's considering you for once. I say for once because the DM side usually doesn't. I call them the Burger King for a reason. They got to have it their way. It's all about them. Somebody's considering you in their feelings. Huh. In other words, if they're imagining themselves banging you, right? If we can get all Steve with it now, right? If they're imagining themselves banging you, it's not just them getting off. They want to make sure you do too. They may even in their little dream world take care of you first. How about that? That's a switch. Man, wow. All right. Usually you got to finish yourself off after they leave early in the morning to take off. You got to take care of it then. All right. Somebody thinking about you for once. Knight of Wands. I mentioned the Leo soap opera here. I'm telling you, pay attention to that fucking reading. Not enough people watched it. I don't care if you go to the extended or not. Do what you want to do. I'm saying the YouTube read. It's free, motherfuckers. Watch it. I'm telling you, it's the psychology of the DM. I like doing the Leo soap opera because it's psychology. That's my thing. I love it. Studying people, all kinds of stuff. Oh, God. Empress, what's read with that? The Two of Pentacles. Somebody has impulsive feelings towards you. Somebody wants to do something nice for you, but they don't know what to do. So, it's way out of character. When we clarify this, and we're going to clarify everything here, and then I'm going to pull and extend it on this for sure. All right, it's a big energy. So, this is way out of character for somebody attached to you. They want to do something. They want to surprise you with something, and it's all about you for once. It's not them. Normally, this is the type of energy that wants to surprise you with a gift. They buy themselves a new car, and that's supposed to be a gift for you. Here, surprise! Look, I bought a Corvette for me. That's that kind of a thing. Normally, that's what they do. This is a very unselfish energy here. I like it. Okay. How do they see you? The Four of Wands. What else? This is interesting. Yeah, that's the Knight of Cups. They see you. They see you approachable. They see you as ready. There's something else I want to say here, and it'll only apply to a couple of you, but I'll get there. Just give me a second. They see you as approachable. That's the main energy here. Ready to talk, willing to talk, wanting to talk. They see you. I don't know why they see you like this. I have no idea, but they just feel like now is the time. If this is somebody that's been waiting for the right time to approach, this is it. Okay? Well, it doesn't surprise me. There's a restructuring that goes on of power. That power doesn't just have to be outside of us. It can be inside. There's a inner boss on the DM side that keeps them from doing certain things. That says, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to look stupid. That kind of a thing. That energy is here. Now they're ready to go. Now that inner boss is on board. Everybody's on board. There's another energy here for just a few of you. They're approaching because you've got somebody else, because you've started, because so-and-so proposed, or just catch my drift. I don't know if anybody proposed to you or not, okay? If you want me, I can make it come true. Will you marry me? Okay, there you go. I just proposed to you, so what I said was 100% true. Okay, there you go. That's why they're approaching. This fucker Steve online proposed to my girl. I'm going in, right? Okay, all right. Male or female, I don't care. I'm not picky. All right, here we go. That's for a couple of you. That's kind of a piss take a little bit, but yeah. What's the potential final outcome for you, Red, with the Knight of Wands? I knew it was going to be a big card. I didn't even want to take a peek, but I knew it was going to be a big card. Somebody approaches you in a different energy. I know it's a surface read to say that, but it's the best way to phrase it. You see something in somebody that you didn't see before. Okay? You see the real them. You get a peek at the real them. That can be good or bad. All right? It depends. There's thousands of people watching, right? It might for some of you, it has something to do with you see someone's bad side. You finally see the evil, right? That everyone's talking about. All your friends are trying to tell you, no, they're this, they're that. You finally see it. Could be. Or it could be the other way. You finally see the good in somebody. I'm going to play it that way because of the Empress here. You finally see what the good is in them. All right? And again, other people may have tried to warn you about this person. That's often possible with the death card. If you think about death, like death in general, if you drink a lot or smoke a lot, or you've always got some fucker coming up to you wanting to tell you, like give you big news, like they're saying like they're the only one on the planet who knows that you know that's bad for you, right? I used to smoke years ago. There's always some asshole. I'd be outside on a smoke break at a job. There's always some jerk who comes up and wants to tell you that they're bad for you and I shouldn't do that. And I always want to punch him in the mouth, like, you know, whatever. But I would take a comical approach to it. I would say, oh, really? I didn't know that. I had no idea. I heard they were rich in vitamins. That's what I heard. Wow. Thank you for that information. Sure, I'm glad I know that now. You know, you always get a lot of input. There's always input on some level. And it's never really, it's either input you already know, hence that fox on the Seven of Swords with the one eye open, or you just don't want to look at, right? It doesn't, if you are somebody who walks up to people that smoke and says it's bad for them, you're not going to get them to quit. All you're going to do is make them want to smoke more. So please don't do that. Okay? Please don't, because it is good for them to quit. I know. Take it from me. I've quit. So all you're going to do is make them want to smoke more. I'm sorry to say, the psychology is the exact backwards on that. All right, you're going to piss them off, and they're going to want to defy you. Okay, all right. Anyway, right here, Knight of Wands. Why is it here? Let's go. Let's clarify. Let's see where we go. Just a tip. My friend Chris, who I used to smoke with a lot back in those days out in the smoking areas, I was always the one trying to make a joke out of it. Well, I didn't know. I thought they had vitamins in them. Chris was always like, why don't you just get the fuck out of here? You know, he was always that kind of person, you know. Kick them in the ass as they're leaving sort of a thing. I don't know. You'll get a couple of different reactions. Neither of them is the result that I think you're hoping for if you inform them, right? People already know it's bad for them. There we go. It's not that easy for most people to stop. Dopamine is a short-range energy. It makes you think what you're doing in the moment is great. It's all that matters. We don't care about what might happen down the line. That's the effect of dopamine. That's what it does. And cigarettes release a shit ton of dopamine. Here we go. They're releasing all sorts of new studies and everything like that. They got one that says because of the dopamine release, you might not get Parkinson's if you smoke. Yeah, great. You probably die of something much more horrifying, but at least you won't. At least your hand won't shake. I mean, it's like just stop trying to rationalize things, for God's sake. It's the cure for everything is to get hit by a car. I mean, that pretty much cures all right there at 60 miles an hour, get slammed by a car. But we're not going to promote that, I hope. All right, the King of Pentacles crossing the Knight of Wands. I don't know. Somebody here has temporarily come to their senses. Okay? All right. Somebody attached to you has temporarily come to their senses. What's on top? The Three of Wands. Yeah, they're coming towards you. I got that. They feel like okay, why, this is how they feel about you. I mean, okay, Three of Wands. I got to have Steve's viewer. I got to do something nice for Steve's viewer because it leads to an Empress. So why is that here? The Star. I feel like, without sounding like Martin Luther King Jr., I feel like they had a dream. I do. I feel like they had a fucking dream, and I feel like it's like a butt dial manifest. I feel like something's come over this person. It has something to do. I would imagine it has something to do with a dream. It feels very dreamy to me. I don't think they sat down and manifested anything. I think the energy came in and it auto-manifested. What's the bridge? And the Queen of Cups. Somebody suddenly woke up one morning. I'm just going to phrase it this way. Just catch my drift. Suddenly, the Knight of Wands woke up one morning and felt extremely lonely. It's my desert queen. realize that they don't have any love. Realize that they don't have any love because they realize the truth. In other words, the 9 of Wands on the 7 of Swords from the pre-shuffle, the lies go away. That happens internally as well. It's not just about you spotting other people's things. So somebody realized that they're alone or they don't have love because they've never given. They've never done anything for anybody. Even when they bought gifts for people, they were gifts that benefited them too, right? You know, I mean, you might say, well, how does you buying a Corvette benefit me? Well, you get to ride in it, baby. You know, I mean, okay, I mean, what? You can't count that as my birthday gift, a car for you. You know, I mean, that's the type of person that we're usually dealing with here. Somebody realizes they've never done anything for anybody. Why is the Empress here? Let's pull on the Empress. Tell me about it. Let's see where we go. Tell me about the Empress. Why is it here? Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, it's the Sun. See what I'm saying? Who is this? I can tell you it's the usual energy I might get for you. It's a very strong connection. I'm keeping with the soulmate cycle. But, I mean, it is a very strong soul connection that would normally come in for these types of readings. Somebody wants to make you happy. It's the happiest card in the deck, arguably. They're doing something nice. They realize they're alone and don't have love because they've never done anything nice for anybody, specifically you. They feel like they want to do something nice for you. I don't think they know what specifically, right? Well, buying the Corvette didn't work. I guess that was kind of for me. Gee, what do? I don't know. What do you do? What's on top? 10 of Wands. It's hard for this person to do it. It's hard. Why is that here? The 3 of Pentacles. They're going to make you... on the surface it reads that they want a partnership, but they can't figure out what to do. It reads the same thing. But I see also... They want to make you a really big offer. They don't know what to do, but they want to make you an offer, a partnership of some kind. In other words, they want to make you an equal partner in something. I don't know what. I don't think they know what either. The Chariot is right there. Okay, so again, somebody's rejoining you on the soulmate journey. Okay? I don't know. It's somebody who left the soulmate journey. They would probably left it by running from you. I don't know. But somebody's rejoining you on the soulmate journey. You're in the Chariot going through your soulmate because this is Cancerian energy. This card often represents the soulmate cycle for me, this particular one being Cancerian themed. You're riding in the Chariot already. They're jumping on. The Chariot's still moving. It doesn't stop. They're just jumping in. Okay? It's all very sudden. Remember, the Knight of Wands is underneath here. All right? And that sudden energy also brings a sudden change your way as well. Why is the 2 of Pentacles here? Why is the 2 of Pentacles here? It's caused by the 4 of Swords. Yeah, they don't know what to do. That's what I said. This can be healing. It can be. The 4 of Swords has a lot of meanings, like the 7 of Pentacles, which I also have, by the way. It can mean rest, shutting down the brain, letting the soul run things for a little bit, third eye kicking in, rest. A need for rest, which is usually read as a void energy. It's just a void here. I don't know what to do. Let me sleep on it. Okay? All right. Let me sleep on it. All right. What's on top here? It's funny. I mentioned in a reading earlier in the week, I mentioned Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell. I wonder... Let me sleep on it is one of the lines from the song. I wonder if Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell might fucking work for you here in some way. Or Paradise by the Dashboard Light off the Bad Out of Hell album specifically. One of the lyrics in Paradise by the Dashboard Light is let me sleep on it. What's going on with the Queen of Pentacles? Which I already talked about. I said this was part of the Queen of Pentacles, didn't I? Yeah, I did when it first landed. Why is that here? The Magician. It's an energy of somebody who doesn't feel like they have all the tools they need. Okay? It's not a reversed magician. It's not smoke and mirrors. They don't want to play a trick. They want to transform things. But what do you buy the Queen of Pentacles? You know, what do you buy them? I think just the fact, I think your education here, because I still think this is your energy. This is your energy too. You often reflect as this, but I think I feel like this little page learned something. I feel like you learned something. You feel like a student again. Just the fact that this person is considering you is enough of a gift for you, whoever this person is. Because I don't think they ever considered you before. I don't. All right. The bridging energy, I'm going to leave it in the deck, is Leo, the lion here, with the strength card. That would be the bridging energy. Somebody's putting too much thought into this, too much passion, too much. And again, when you do that, sometimes you don't actually come up with an answer. Sometimes it's better to sleep on it, right? Sometimes it is. Let me sleep on it. Worked for Meatloaf. All right, in that song anyway. Four of Wands, why is it here? Let's see where we're at. Then again, I think he made the wrong decision. He was praying for the end of time by the end of that song. So I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. Four of Wands. Why is it here? How do they see you? Oh, I love it. It's still there. It's still swirling. You got some... I mean, I get it. All of this is valid, but you got some fucker that's one for a couple of you. You got somebody that sees that you're now happy and starting over. They're going to come crash the wedding, metaphorically speaking. I hope not literally. The Four of Wands. It's crossed by the High Priestess. It's a... I don't even know how to phrase that. It's just... With the death, yeah, that's why I don't know how to phrase it. It's just sort of a, I'm not, it's an energy that says, when I read the energy off the High Priestess, it says, I'm having none of this. It's sort of like what I said. You're getting married and somebody coming to crash the wedding. Somebody here sees you happy and they realize they didn't make you happy. However that plays out, that's the main energy. They see you happy. And they realize quickly that they didn't make you happy, and they're not having that. So they're scrambling. I think they're scrambling too hard to come up with something, though. I think you're flattered that they even want to consider you. I think you're blown away that this person would even think of you. This is a person that normally lacks quite a bit of empathy. Okay, I'm just going to say. What's on top? The Five of Cups. What did I just say? Right? It's... Someone who regrets that they didn't give you anything. They see you happy and they see, or they, again, when they think about you, they want a new beginning, but they know they've never done anything for you. And they might see, some of them might see somebody else making you happy and they know that's not them and that drives them even crazier. Why is the Five of Cups here, fucking people? The Moon, more hidden energy. They're scared to death that they're going to miss their opportunity. They're already sitting in regret. This is one of the energies that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. Somebody has a lot of regret for how they treated you. I get it. For, being an asshole. I get it. They might get real. I don't know. I think for most of you, the way I phrased the death card, on the one angle where I said you get to see who this person could always have been. I think for most of you it flows in the positive. In the sense of, you always knew they could be this way. You always knew that they could get you a gift that was actually just for you and it didn't benefit them at all. You always knew they had it in them, right? You get to see that. I think you're only going to get to see a glimpse of it. So when you do, grab it. Pounce on it. All right? That's all I'm saying. Fucking hell. All right. Knight of Cups. Here's their approach. They feel like now's the time to approach. They think about you. They see you open to it. Ready or not, here they come is the energy around this. They got good intentions. I think you might see those good intentions, but you'll just get a cracked window glimpse of them. All right? Let's see where we go. Knight of Cups, why is that here? I'll pull a little side read before we go on your connection. Not everybody goes to the extended, so I don't want to leave anybody hanging. I want to know, the one thing that this doesn't have, the pyramids don't have, is the energy of your connection. I'll pull on that at the end. Okay? So don't worry. You're not going to have to, we have to go to the extended to get this. No, you don't. It's fine. Extended is just for people that want them. It's cool. I don't hold my readings hostage. All right, here we go. Knight of Cups. Let's see where we're at. It's lighter on me to pull for less people than it really is. So I like the extendeds. I have a good time. The Ace of Cups is crossing this. Look, somebody It feels like you're ready for it. They're ready. The cup, their intentions are good. Can I put it that way? I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh, Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. That's right there. I mean, maybe that, I don't know. What's on top? 4 wands. That's 4 wands right there. Everything I said just got validated. Everything I said over here. Absolutely. They want to be your happy new beginning. So for the few of you, it's probably 25% of you, I would say. It's more than a few. For the few of you where you're getting married or they see you happy with somebody else, they want to be up there. They want to be the 4 wands, not that other person. Okay. Why is that here? The world. Same thing I just said. I mean, why is the 4 wands here? The world, the most powerful card I could pull, is new cycle. This is an 18-month cycle right here. We're not even going to talk about the world point, which is a 36-year cycle, which is I'm going to pull on next week. We're not worried about that right now. That's going to be a big motherfucking reading. All right? But be sure and pull up your big boy, big girl pants for that one. All right? I'll tell you, some hard lessons coming with that world point energy. There's some pretty tricky shit happening, let me tell you. But anyway, the world here, yeah, somebody wants to change something that happened in the past and they think they can do it. And they're coming in with good intentions. Okay. The Death card, your final outcome. And it's a sudden change. There's a sudden change in a dynamic between you and somebody. Either somebody you're with. It can play out on a lot of fronts in your life. There's a sudden dynamic in who you support. There's a sudden dynamic on what you want to do with your life. There's a sudden change in the dynamic between you and this soulmate. There's a sudden change in the dynamic of a lot of things. I'm going to focus on this one energy. I'll focus on a few more in the extended. I'll pull a broader scope around you. But with thousands of people watching, I can't do that here. But I can pull on your connection, for sure, which I'll get to. But first, let's get this final outcome. The Death card. Boy, this fucker's picked clean, isn't it? Right? That's like showing up late to Thanksgiving. Oh, man, and we had buzzard this year? Are you serious? Oh, fuck. All right, here we go. All right, the Death card. Why is it here? Sorry to break it to you. The Hierophant, it was there. Well, I saw this before. This had to have been, at the bottom of the deck when I first picked it up or some shit like that? Or did I dream I saw the Hierophant? I don't fucking know. Either way, this is big. This is a serious transformation. This is long-term shit. This is, you will never, ever, ever, ever see this person the same way again. All right? All right. Am I going to get sued by Taylor Swift now? Did I do too many evers? Oh, shit. All right, here we go. What's on top? The 9 of Cups. And why is that here? The Devil. The Devil shows you for a moment who they really are. I said in the beginning, it benefits you to have this information. I said in the beginning, rewind, when I first threw this, and we were talking about it, I said it's both. There's both energies. Thousands of people watching. For some of you, it flows in the negative. For most of you, it flows in the positive. All right? The Devil shows you who they are. It benefits you. Believe it. Somebody shows you who they are. For most of you, it flows in the positive. But because the Devil came out here, there is a negative. Somebody's going to either show you that they have empathy. That's most of you. Somebody you're attached to. Or they're going to show you that they're incapable of it. And if they're incapable of it, that's dangerous in a relationship. It's dangerous anywhere, right? It's the making of a serial killer, But at the end of in an extreme circumstance. But at the end of the day here, that's what's going on. You're going to get a glimpse. And I think for most of you, you're very happy about what you see. You're very happy that somebody struggled with this. Somebody will likely, showing up might be a gift for some of you. But it feels like a gift to me. So try not to take that literally in the sense of a wrapped thing and whatever. It might be an emotional gift, the gift of empathy for once. I don't know. But let's just, for our mind's eye here, say it's a gift. You're blown away that the gift is actually something that benefits you. In other words, they don't like pineapples, you do. And they gave you pineapples, yet they're there with you. Where normally they wouldn't do that. Well, I don't like pineapples, so why would I bring pineapples? Oh, I don't know, maybe because I like them? Fuck that, right? Normally that's the response you get. Well, this time they brought pineapples. Very nice. I tell you what. Bridging energy. Why are you making it complicated? It's the Knight of Swords. We saw it in the pre-shuffle. Again, it's what I said. It's a message of change. You only get it. It's only brief though. He comes in, he's gone. There's a whole lot of, what did he say? Right? It's like that. It's like they come. They're driving by. I love you. I'm sorry. What? I didn't catch that, and they're already gone. If you blink, you'll miss it. But when you see it, grab onto it. All right. I think for most of you, you see that they have some empathy here. Who? That would be right here in the environmental energy. That would tell us who. It's the Burger King, the King of Wands. So like I said, this is a powerful soulmate. All right. Or this is a maniacal boss at work or whatever. You know, one or the other. Either way, you're going to get a glimpse. They either have empathy or they don't. And if it's for the positive for you, they have it. There's your hint. Okay, empathy. People without empathy, you don't want to be in a relationship with them. Hell, you don't even want to work for them at a fucking fast food restaurant job. You know, it's always, you know, the person on the power trip, right? You're working this job. You have to do it. You got shit to pay for, and now you got to deal with some little fucker who's running his McDonald's like it's a fucking, like it's some kind of nation. You know, and they're telling you to do this and do that. Do you ever have a cool boss who's like, yeah, as long as you get your work done, kind of a thing? Yeah, that's somebody with some empathy. That's somebody who understands that you don't want to be there any more than they do and wants to make the most of it. You know, that kind of a thing. So, again, somebody shows you here. Let me do two things. I'm going to do an extended, but let me take the Hierophant out. Let me pull on the Devil, and then I will pull on your connection with this King of Wands. Okay? I'm going to grab, actually, you know what? I'm going to grab a fresh deck. Let me do that. Let's grab the Light Seer. Keep it nice and simple. Randomly at the bottom is the Knight of Cups. We got the right. There we go. See? We're going to pull on the Devil here a little bit. Just because I got a Devil. Let's just see. Real quick. Just give me a crossing energy on the Devil. That's all I need. Real quick. People get on me if these online readings are longer than 40 minutes, and I'm pretty sure this one's going to be. I don't know why people get on me about that. You can just watch it at 2x speed and cut the time in half. I do it. I mean, I do it all the time. I like watching Judge Judy videos on YouTube on 2x. I think it's fun as shit. When she's yelling at somebody, it's funny when she's like cartoon Judy. Madam. All right. Here we go. Temperance. The angel crossing it. For most of you, I just wanted to get verification. That's all. I like to verify things. If I'm wrong, I want you to know it. You know? I mean, hell, I fact check things. Facts are not variable. Right here, you're going to figure that out. You're going to see something very truthful about this person. I think it makes you very happy because this angel cancels out that devil. Okay? All right. All right, man. Here we go. Let's pull on you. You know what? I'm going to put this back. I'm just going to put it back in, but I'm going to put it back in randomly. I am. I'm going to stick it right there. All right. We'll shuffle 3 times. All right. We're gonna, and now we got a King of Wands at the bottom. The King of Wands. I'm going to pull on your connection. You see that? You see? You see why I love tarot? It's a great medium. It's perfect. The universe lets you know. It always answers you. It says, okay, Steve, that's it. That's good. You put that in randomly. You shuffle 3 times. Now we're going to talk about the King of Wands and your viewers. Okay. Cool. Tell me about your connection. All right? Tell me about your connection with this person. Here we go. What is the connection here with the King of Wands? Tell me about it. Real quick. 1 card, the crossing card. Give me the connection. 9 of Wands. At the bottom, it's a little cloudy, isn't it? Yeah, the High Priestess. There's a lot of shit you don't know. There's a lot of shit you don't know that's going to be revealed about how this person feels about you, about what they think about you, about things they say. We're about to move forward in a big way. You know I was going to pull more than 1 card, the crossing card. I always do. We're going to move forward in a big way. Some of this information is stuff you always suspected, you always wanted to know. That's an Ace of Pentacles, that's a Chariot, that's hidden energy, and that's a wall that's coming down. All right, I mean, and look at that. If you want to tie the whole reading together, I said you're about to get educated. Did I not say that? All right, I don't know why I'm your second favorite. If you don't understand what I'm saying, that's not my problem. I should still get first place. Okay? Underneath that is the student. These are the same card. Page of Pentacles. Plain and simple. A wall's coming down. You're about to get educated on stuff you don't know. All kinds of stuff. All sorts of shit. Pay attention. That's all you have to do. You already have empathy. So pay attention and believe it. You know, if you're one of the people where it goes in the negative, where you see, oh, this person doesn't have empathy. Oh my God, they're evil, they're terrible. Don't beat yourself up about it. Beat yourself up if you decide to still follow with that person, or you decide to still fucking be in a relationship with them, or watch tarot readings for them. Then you can be disappointed in yourself. And don't ever be disappointed with changing direction. There's something about the energies. A lot of psychologists talk about this out on Reddit, and I agree with them. I sometimes join the conversation. We seem to have this, it's been vilified to be wrong. It's been vilified to change direction in any kind of way. You have to stay where you're going and stay where you're going. No, not at all. That's just stupid. Okay, there's a difference. So at the end of the day here, if you're one of the negative ones where it goes negative on you and you see that somebody lacks empathy, believe it and move forward. That's the victory, you know? It's sort of like when people vilify divorce. They say, well, divorce is a failure. Society sees it as a failure. It's not a failure. Especially if you tried, you went to counseling a few times and it's not working out. A failure is living out your entire life in a shitty situation that makes you unhappy. That's a fucking failure right there. So, never a failure to change directions. But for most of you, this goes very positive. You see that somebody has empathy. Somebody that you've probably been watching tarot readings for, and you find out a lot about that person. You find out a great deal. I mean, you really get educated. I got double Page of Pentacles here. That's your reading. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. I'm going to pull deeper on the devil. I know it gets canceled out, but I need to see what it is in a more pinpointed view for those of you that where it might go negative. We need to find that out. But I just got to pull on everything here. I've got to just pull on this person and pull on what's going on here with this. What happened with all of that? I mean, I got a lot to pull on. So if you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. If you don't, that's cool too. It's cool. We're still friends. It's fine. All right, that's your reading. Good luck.